What's up, you guys? This is Jaznice over on the HipHop couch today with one of the best entertainers in Tampa, Florida, Mr. Fresh P. How are you today?
I am doing great.
That's good. That's good. So, gonna get right into it. Of course, you're on the HipHop couch. I want to know why you chose hip hop. Why you chose the hip hop industry? What's going on?
Hip hop. Actually, how I got into hip hop. It was kind of like I was forced into it because I had nothing else to do because I was so bad as a kid. I used to be on punishment all the time, so then I just was like, fuck it. Since I can't go outside and play, I might as well listen to music.
Right.
I couldn't play video games or nothing. So that's when I learned how to start drawing and doing music. So I started listening to people like Eminem, T.I. I like Ace Hood also.
Okay.
Ludacris, one of my favorites, and Kanye West.
Okay.
And motherfuckers like that. And then I was just like, And then I also, I had a homeboy named Marlon who grew up next door to me. His brother and them, they were big into music and they would actually rap. So then I would, I looked up to them. So I was like, okay, let me try that. Because he went and started rapping a little bit. And then that's when I started rapping. And then ever since then, I just been doing that.
So basically, you got started with the hip hop community through your community. Yeah. It was kind of like, one person was doing it, everybody. I hear that often, and I love it because I feel like as a culture, it's something that allows us to become closer with each other. It's like one more activity. Like whereas white people, they probably got gymnastics they went to. Me and my bro went to the studio together. So yeah. I like that. It's really warm to me when I hear that. So. Just to piggyback off of that, you were naming some people that kind of influenced you. Who were really like some of the key people in how you do your style of music, or how you kind of took from them to piece? Who were really like your heavy hitters that influenced you?
My heavy hitters was like Ludacris. And I say Ludacris because the way he delivers his punchlines. He has some real off the wall punchlines that you really got to think about. So I try to think of some real creative punchlines.
Right.
As far as my creativity and how I form songs, I would say Kanye West, because the old Kanye with College Dropout and Late Registration.
Right.
That Kanye was just something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And T.I., as far as when I pick up my fast cadence and spit real fast, but I also actually able to talk ignorant and have an intellectual conversation.
Right.
And I don't know, and put those three together, I guess is where you get Fresh P from. And
actually, I can see all of those people. I guess I want to chop it up on how I can see, because with Ludacris, I can see that correlation with your creativity. Like I said, to me, I've seen you perform twice. I don't miss too many beats. I see what's going on, and you're one of the best performers in the city of Tampa. And I'm not talking about like, oh, the song is great and we like the song so we vibing. I'm talking about whether you know the song or not, you vibing. That's the performer. You're a performer. You get people engaged. So I think that's how I see the Ludacris. I can see the Kanye with the lyrical content and how you kind of piece stuff together. I can see the T.I. with the Southern. So I see all of those. I think that's pretty straight. So on from that, how do you kind of like operate on your day-to-day life? Like, are you signed to a label, or do you do this? Are you independent? How do you move with your career?
Well, right now I'm with A&H Management.
Okay.
And that's pretty much a management company that H started because of me. Shout out to H, by the way.
Yes.
He started that because of me. I actually haven't been really doing this that long. I've been doing music my whole life, but actually taking it really, really serious. It wasn't until I got out of the Army and came back in the city and linked up with my bro Mike twice. Shout out to Tweezy, by the way.
Yes, I've heard him.
And once we linked up, I just hit the ground running, grinding for a year straight. I think collectively together we did over 100 shows.
Yes.
I mean, they was all free, but we had to start somewhere.
Exactly.
To, the front run and get the ball rolling.
Right.
Like that. But I'm with A&H Management. He ended up seeing something in me. We ended up having a few conversations after the first year, and I was like, pretty much, bro. Because at first he was kind of you know what I'm saying, cold-footed on as far
Yeah.
as let's making this happen. Not even that he was cold-footed on the point that he don't think he can make it happen. It was the point of he has another person to actually worry about.
Right.
It wasn't like if he failed, it would just fall on him. It was more so if he failed, it would feel like he was letting me fail or letting me down in some type of way. And I was just telling him, you know what I'm saying, just I'm with you behind all the way.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw. We're gonna be in this together from start to finish, and we're gonna
Right.
keep grinding this shit out. And like I tell people all the time, he's my Phil Jackson and I'm his Michael Jordan. Whenever he put me on the stage, which is the basketball, I'm gonna take that last shot and I'm gonna make it count every
Right.
time.
Got you. So with that, I know a lot of indie artists or people that's kind of first starting off, they probably may run into that situation where it's kind of hard for them to get a feel of who they need to be around or get a feel of who they can work with, because like you said, like if this don't go right, you know, it's gonna be a lot of blaming or a lot of feelings hurt and a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
So you're saying, how long did it take you? I just want to go to how long did it take you? Just one more time, tell me how long it took you to get to a team, just for the indie artists.
Well, as far as the team goes, I mean, well, I started off with Ill to Death as a team, and that took me. That was within my first year, and after my first year, by my second year, I was already opening up for Ti and over 2,000 plus people.
Right.
So that was it time is not really a thing when you actually are grinding and
Right.
you focus.
Right.
'Cause I mean, it could seem longer to other people because they're not really as focused and that dedicated to what
Right.
they're actually doing. But if you actually show dedication and you focus and you grinding, it'll happen faster than you really expect, honestly.
Yeah. So basically, you saying time flies when you're having fun.
Fast. Time flies when you're having a blast.
Yes.
And within this past 2.5 years, it's been fun. Like this year alone going by fast.
That's
It's
good.
going by so fast for me.
That's actually really great to hear, because I'm so used to hearing, like, you know, the normal artists sit on the couch or anywhere and complain about how slow it's taking them to get. And I appreciate the fact that you understand, like, I'm grinding. I have to put in this work.
Yeah.
I have to put in this time. This is what we have to do. I might as well enjoy myself while I'm doing it, get the lessons,
'Cause
stuff like that.
It's life. Like nothing comes easy. Like when I was getting my bachelor's degree. I mean, even though I know it took time and it's 4 years and stuff like that, but I know I'm gonna be here for 4 years. I might as well enjoy this time and have fun and just 4 years went by just like that. So
Exactly.
anything that comes with time and doesn't come easily, you feel me? It's just make the fun out of it.
So I kind of want to move on into, you know, like the pros and cons of what you've been able to experience so far in the industry. What's been one of your highest points, and tell us what's been one of your lowest points too.
One of my cons is probably when I first got started off and I paid to actually open up for Young Thug. It was a good experience because it was Young Thug, but then again, I had to come to the realization that even though it's just Young Thug, certain things, everything got to make sense. You feel me? And at that time in my life, it didn't make sense for me. It was just pretty much I was just getting started out. I wanted a little buzz, so I was like, okay, let me open up for this big name, get this buzz, whatever. And after I actually did it, it didn't even feel like. It just felt like another notch under my belt, but not really anything. So it pretty much felt like I was out of $500.
You don't feel like at that point in your career you were prepared, not necessarily performance-wise. You can get up there and you're prepared to perform, but you didn't think that it would benefit you where you were because you were just starting out. So certain things too high to even make sense. Not trying to be
which is understandable.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter who it is. It was just at that time his name was so much outshining mine, even on a local level, being in the city. It was just like, who is that guy just up there with Young Thug? Yeah. And at that time, I would have been just, who is that guy up there for Young Thug? But now, if the same thing happened, they would be like, oh shit, Fresh Feet over there for Young Thug. That's a big look. So it's just it was just a different place there. It didn't make sense. That's why everything now that I do, it has to make sense. And that's one thing we preach at A&H Management. Everything that we do now, it has to make sense. We don't have time to waste for anything that doesn't make sense. If it don't make sense, but there's a lot of things that could sound like it makes sense. Like I've had a chance to open up for Cassidy. I had a chance to open up for Lucci at some time, but it just didn't make sense.
Right.
So that's why those things didn't happen. Not saying that I wouldn't open up for those two people. It just didn't make sense for me as an artist at that time.
Like I said, I love your attitude only because it's more optimistic and a lesson learned attitude rather than somebody owes me something. Why this not happening for me? Oh, I performed and they're not doing anything for me, you know? So I like that attitude about the situation. So let's move on from that. That was a lesson learned. Let's do better, work smarter, not harder type stuff. Yeah. All right, boom. What was one of the pros? What's been like the highlight?
I really realized my worth with music and really understood that I can pack a house. So once I figure out that I can pack a house, why not pack this house for myself, for my own, so my own game? Why should I let other people put me on the card and make all the money off me? You feel me? So I might as well just do it for myself and then make my own money off me putting on the show that a lot of people enjoy, a lot of people never seen before. It's just a whole refreshing thing. So I call it pimp myself before somebody else pimp me.
I know this is really inappropriate, but it's not me if it's not inappropriate. I say all the time, I couldn't have no pimp. I don't need help selling my own pussy. I don't need help selling my pussy. I can do this. So I know what you mean. Like, I can do this for myself. Like, why would I have somebody else in charge of me and kind of doing that? So I got you on that. So
she said she wasn't even going to cuss today. So that one must have really hit her right here.
Hit me home because you gotta do this for yourself.
Facts.
And it's just that's the basis.
Yeah.
Selling pussy is the basis of all things in life. And I feel like you can do this yourself. Anything you can do for yourself. You wanna learn, you wanna write a book. You don't have to go nowhere to help. Ask somebody to publish it for you. If I wanted to learn how to work this camera, if I wanted to learn how to rap, I could do all of that for myself, by myself. So I know exactly what you're saying. If you want to do something, you really want to do something, it'll help you more to invest in yourself, to invest your knowledge. Because what if somebody try to get over on you?
I honestly believe that lazy people get over on a lot of times because they're so busy being lazy, they think they're getting a deal out of something because it's given to them.
Right.
Not even realizing that the person could be giving them 10% of something that they actually think is something. Another person is taking a whole 90 of what the bigger picture is actually. And in a sense, that's what it used to be for me. I used to just sit back and analyze a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, my name on the card. It's a lot of motherfuckers in here. But I'm only getting either nothing or either doing it what they paid me for. So I'm like,
right.
If I can bring this many people, it's just pretty much basic. It's basic common sense. It's just the power of putting your own money behind yourself. A lot of people ain't confident enough to come out $300 or $400 to pay for a venue and see that in return times 10.
Right.
Because all they really focusing on is losing that $400 up front.
Exactly.
But I tell people all the time, if you promote yourself right and if you get the right people on the card and surround yourself around the right people, that $400 is going to be pennies compared to what you make back off of your brand.
Right. So one of the things that you touched on is you saw that you were able to pack out that venue yourself just because people wanted to see you perform. So I want to go into that. Like if you guys out there haven't had the chance to see, of course I need you guys to all Google Fresh P, YouTube Fresh P, because when you put on a show, like you really put on a show. I've seen you in Michael Jackson costumes. I've seen you in like a shiny gold costume dancing all around. I've seen you in clown outfits doing silly string. What's going on here? Why is that your approach? I ain't saying it's a bad one, but like what made you think of that? Like that's bomb.
Because like I said, I've been rapping for a long time. The whole year that I was actually doing music, I wasn't always doing that. I was just doing rapping good music but walking back and forth across the stage. Then the shit got boring to me. And I was like, everybody's rapping. But I felt like other people were surpassing me for more so of the people they knew, not because of the content that they actually had. So I was like, what can I do to surpass this person that I'm actually really better than, but actually show motherfuckers that I'm in my own lane. Right. So I was like, let me find a way to combine, and it was hard. That's why I took it along. It wasn't until I believe September, August, September. None of my fault. Sometime before August, because that's when I linked up with J-Rock. But before August, when I learned how to link my music and my comedy together, and when I link them together, that's when I call it the Fresh P experience, and it's pretty much just having a good time. So when I linked that together, that's when I the first time I did it was in a competition. It was Elder Duff versus Team Powerline. Shout out to Tonka Phone. And I was dressed up as MC Hammer. Yeah. And that's when I met J-Rock. And J-Rock was doing his birthday party, which he does every year. Yeah. And once he did that, he was like, hey, I didn't know who J-Rock was. This is the first time I ever seen me. He was like, hey, I want you to perform at my birthday party. Yeah. So in August, which was a couple weeks away. So he ended up, what's so crazy about it, he already had his whole set put together, everybody on the card and everything. He had already been pushing out flyers. Right. So he must have seen some real exciting in me for him to be like, I gotta add this motherfucker to the card. Yeah. So shout out to J-Rock for that. Then that's when I was like, all right, I gotta make something that's better than that. That's when Michael Jackson came about. And I throw skits in there every time just to give a type of excitement and things like that. And it's all fun because a lot of the shit I do on stage is improvised rather than done. Okay. A lot of shit be made up on the spot. And it wouldn't be as good as it actually is without my team behind me. Also, shout out to Mike Twice and Uncle Sam, because I can perform solo, but it's just something about having the extra 2 or 3 people up there and y'all moving the same accord and y'all doing the same thing, just to add a little extra fun to it. And the silly string and confetti, that is like my signature shit. Like, I take pride in fucking up a bitch establishment. Like, I take pride in fucking up your shit and leaving, and you enjoyed it though. Like, you don't want me fucking up your shit, but you be like, okay, that was great. Damn, that motherfucker's so good. I don't mind him fucking up my shit. Right. But they stopped me at Crowbar from fucking up this shit. That was like, you know you that nigga. But your ass need to stop. Because I guess the confetti, it sticks to the ground whenever it get wet, and it's hard to get up and shit. I literally went to venues a whole year later and still see confetti on the floor. Some of it still at the top, little pieces of silly string, and I was like, nigga, y'all ain't had no ladder or nothing to get up there.
So, with you doing all of these like shows, because like you said, you did 100 shows in about a year. With you doing all these shows, do you see that the engagement is better? Like when you do shows versus like social media, do you think in person you have a greater effect on people? Because I feel like I like your style and I like it more because I had the chance to see it. Like, I'll never forget certain stuff. So you'll be like, that's that guy that had on blah blah blah. So I like that effect. Which do you like the in person, or do you like getting out to your social media?
I really like when people come see me in person because, like I said, it's a fresh experience. Like, if you actually see me like behind your, computer, you're probably like, oh, okay, that's cool or whatever. But when you actually there, getting silly string in your face, and you chant, go Fresh P, go, and you just you just feeling yourself. You just It's a feeling. It's an experience. It's one of those things that if you've never have, you gotta be there. That's why I encourage everybody who's from this city, especially if you know me personally. Yeah. You should already, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of shows coming up. So if you know me personally, you should be at one of these. If you don't know me personally but heard of me, you should be at one of these. I promise you, you would have not got a better deal anywhere else seeing the better show in your life. Yeah. You probably spend probably close to $100 to see these industry artists perform,
Right.
and then you come down to the crowbar anywhere and spend these 10 little measly dollars.
Right.
I'm gonna make you feel like you got ripped off paying them $100 for the mainstream motherfuckers.
Right.
'Cause I feel like H always tell me not to say this. I feel like I'm the best. I'm one of the best, if not the best, performers out of Florida, honestly. And I can say bigger than that, but it's just the whole point of it's certain people who got more than I do as far as financial wise. I figured if I actually had the means to have unlimited money to actually put on a show, I could be top 3
Right.
of all time.
No, Age told you not to say that, but I think I'm one of those people that you need to speak it into existence. You know, uplift yourself. Always speak positive things to yourself. And God damn it, if you is, you is. And I look at a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are missing. They're lacking, like why they do it, and are they actually doing it for the enjoyment? And that's all I see with you. Like, in order to get up there and dance and have fun and make other people laugh and all that, you gotta be enjoying it yourself. I don't want to see Lil Bobo from the hood walking across the stage no more. I am tired.
Ass all line.
All of that.
That shit just.
Like this is the normal,
Bingo.
like, you know, and at this point I can do it because I done seen it so much.
Been to a lot of shows.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't really rapping like this nowadays, you know, so I appreciate that. I kind of want to know something like funny. Like, can you tell me something funny? Like some goofy that's ever happened during one of your shows? Like anything crazy that didn't go right?
And this shit always happen because Twice always want to bullshit in practice. All the fucking time. When we try to get shit down, whenever it's a big show, me and Twice meet up for practice.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is we do the same dance move that we've been doing for a whole year now, but we just got to make that shit count and shit like that. He always want to bullshit. So we miss count, like, we ain't no professionals where motherfuckers be 1, 2, 3.
Right,
4.
right.
We be fucking up. What's so crazy? Twice last night, he almost fell off the stage. He don't think they didn't notice it, but I noticed that shit. He almost fucking fell off the stage, and I pulled him aside Twice. I see you almost going to the crowd here. Fuck you, bitch. So that's always funny, but most of the time when he always fuck up because he fucking up in practice. And then I remember one time it was a big show. We were about to add some extra dance moves that we had practiced to our set, but Twice ass fuck around. He don't drink. But when he do drink, it's because we really having a good time.
Right.
So he was drinking and smoking that night. And it was before our set. So we go in the back and do our little practice or whatever. The movement just was all fucked up. So, yeah, we ain't doing none of that, boy.
Y'all are always together? Like,
Yeah,
y'all do every show together?
That's my blood cousin. That's my brother. That's
That
my
has to
motherfucking
be
brother.
so, like, that's dope. Because you want somebody to share it with that you genuinely really enjoying this experience with. So I think that's kind of cool. Like the fuck ups and everything, that's funny. That makes for good, you know, memories and all those good things. But I'm like so warm-hearted because this whole little situation is so like family oriented.
Yeah,
and even if
we've been riding since day one with this music shit.
Yeah.
We hit the ground running together. Whenever he performing this his show, I'm his hype man. Whenever I perform and this my show, I'm his hype man. And then we put shows together and make that shit work. And we just...
That's what's up. So I appreciate you sitting down with me today, Fresh P. You've been one of the best.
To the polar bear and shit.
I'm trying to tell you, know, you see it touchy. It's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real polar bear. But I appreciate you so much for coming and sitting down with us. You are one of the greatest entertainers in Florida. Don't let nobody tell you different. I want you to keep going. I want you to really show everybody else that it's not just in Florida.
Oh, yeah, they got to see me.
I'm trying to tell you. So can you just tell everybody where to find you on social media, where to find your music, how to get to you, what's going on with you?
Okay, so you can look me up on SoundCloud, IG, or Snapchat at Fresh813Prince. I repeat, Fresh813 Prince. Just how it sounds is just how it's spelled. It's just that easy. Matter of fact, if you type in Fresh8, I'm gonna pop up anywhere. Gotcha. And on Facebook, Fresh P, all capitalized letters, $ for the S. or I think it's William Fresh P. McAllister or William McAllister the third. That's my real name. I really be on that one right now. But man, that's pretty much it. I got another slogan. If you want to find me, you gonna find me. I'm not hiding nowhere. Any motherfucker body can reach me. Just let me know. I am Fresh P, aka the Prince of the South, aka the Pussy Pleasure Presser. Guaranteed that dresser won't stress her.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Why Hip Hop. Like I said, this has been Fresh P at Why Hip Hop, y'all. Stay tuned, stay locked, all of that.